Over the past 7 months, I've come from 120 kg all the way up to 76 kg, which is my current weight right now. And I want to share with you everything I've learned in my 7-month fitness journey. We're going to discuss everything from nutrition, supplements, certain fitness concepts and how they work, and everything that I've learned up until this point. So let's get into the video. So the way I got into fitness was kind of a funny story. All along in my life, I've always been a slim guy. I've always been small. But from 2022 all the way up to 2023, I was on a rapid increase of weight. I came from weighing something like a 56 kg thereabout to about 120 kg. And that was from overeating, of course, and just putting trash in my body, you know what I mean? It got so bad that I came from just sleeping healthily to having difficulties when it comes to sleep, snoring violently, weak. My physical performance was bad. It was just the most uncomfortable thing that I've ever experienced, you know what I mean? But I got exposed when I was trying to shift. I was staying in a one-room apartment. Imagine a one-room apartment. That means that there isn't a lot of stuff in there, right? This should be so easy to move, but just shifting from that apartment, I didn't have a lot of household goods, by the way. Just moving from that one-room apartment to something bigger was a chore for me, I got tired and slept the next day like no man's business. But when I sat down on my own, I was like, nah, this is way too much. I've gotten too weak and I need to get back into the gym. I didn't get back into the gym right there and then. That thought just kept on eating at me, I was watching these TikTok videos. One of the guys that I was watching that was inspiring me because of his intensity was Shizzy. Another guy was Sam Sulek. The reason why he inspired me so much is because every day he would show up and he would show a video of him going to the gym every single day, and he would talk about certain things, certain tips, certain concepts and things like that. So he also inspired me. Then I was also watching Dr. Mike Israel, who would also explain these fitness concepts in a simplified way, in a clear manner for everyone to understand. And for me, that got me influenced. That was like self-induced peer pressure, which was very good for me, so that when I took a step, I was with my then girlfriend. We went into the gym. Actually, the first workout was with her. We started that workout. For me, I never stopped. Her, she was like 2 days in, 2 days out, until she eventually just stopped and was doing it like once or twice a day. But for me, from that time on, from the first time that I ever stepped foot into the gym, I've been going ever since, and I've only had rest days when I've actually programmed them to say I'm resting this day, or if my body is not feeling so well in that week, I always tone it down and maybe rest a few days or so. That's how I got into this fitness journey, not the fitness business. So for me, the goal for these past 7 months has always been to lose weight, and I've lost a considerable amount of weight. I'm not yet at the body fat that I would want to be, but I'm jacked. I'm jacked. And there's still a long way to go for me. The first concept that I wanted to share with you is the fact that nutrition is greater than the gym. Actually, nutrition amounts to 75% of the gym gains, and the gym is only 25%. The fact of the matter is, you don't grow or build muscle when you're in the gym. In the gym, what we do is we just induce or give the muscles or the body a signal for it to grow. The way you do that is by overloading your body. What I mean by overloading is that, let's say if your max was a 10 kg on a bicep curl, right? And you've been doing that weight, and your body has adapted to that weight, and now it feels light. For you to be able to progress, to add more muscle, to build more muscle, to give the body a bigger signal for it to grow, is that you need to overload that weight by moving up a weight or adding in more reps. You moving from 10 kg to 15 kg will give the body a signal for it to add more muscle to your frame, so that you can be able to lift that 15 kg. If you want to increase and go further, again, you would have to do the same, maybe move to 20 kg now. That will give the body a signal again to add in more muscle fibers for you to be able to lift that 20 kg. That is called progressive overload. Now, progressive overload doesn't mean that you always have to go heavier and heavier. Sometimes it means that you have to add maybe some more reps or add in another extra set. That's what it means, progressive overload. And progressive overload is how, for me, for example, I've been able to move from doing triceps extension, which were like maybe 30 kg used to be challenging for me. Now I do about 85 kg. And that just goes to the size of the muscle. So now the muscle can be able to handle that 85 kg, right? But when you're doing that progressive overload, right, you've induced a signal in the gym that you're now going after a 15 kg. The body has to get used to that. For you to be able to progress properly and for you to be able to manufacture those extra muscles, you need to be able to eat properly. What that means is that for you to be able to build muscle, of course, everybody knows that it's 1 gram of protein per pound of your body weight. But here in Zambia, what we do is we use the metric system. So it means kgs, right? That simply means your body weight in kgs, you just multiply it by 2, roughly. That should be your minimum amount of protein that you should be getting if you're aiming to build muscle and for you to just be able to perform exercises more effectively as you grow. Everybody of us has got like a minimum amount of calories that the body needs in order for it to progress. I've used the new word calories. What calories means is just a unit of energy, right? Everybody of us has got a base number of calories, which is called the maintenance amount of calories. So for me, who's 76 kg at 169 centimeters, my amount of calories that I need for the body to just maintain its weight is about 2,500. Now, since I'm on a go to lose weight, what I need is to eat something like 2,000 calories below my maintenance. That 500 that is remaining is what is called a calorie deficit. Means that you're eating below your maintenance. So it means that your body will be forced to utilize the fat that it has stored, especially in the midsection, especially for us elderly people. For me, I'm in my 30s. Mostly the body will store the excess number of calories that we eat on the midsection, which is the stomach, and you begin to have that pot belly and the like, right? This happens when we mature, especially after 25. Most of us here in Zambia, you know, when you are young and your metabolism was fast, you could eat anything, which is anything, and not get fat, right? At a certain number of years, you need to adapt and begin eating clean and be able to count your calories for you to be able to be at a healthy weight. If you're just eating anything, which is anything, unfortunately, the body will be storing those extra calories on the midsection and you will be fat. That's just how it works. So you have to be familiar with the concept of counting calories. You have to be familiar with the concept of calories in, calories out. You have to be familiar with the issue of calorie deficit. If you want to gain weight, you have to eat in a calorie surplus, which means for me, which my maintenance is 2,500, if I want to gain weight, I need to eat at least maybe 300 or 500 above my calorie maintenance, right? So we're talking about 2,800 or 3,000 calories if I want to gain weight. But right now, I'm losing weight, so I'm eating below my maintenance. That's about calories. The other concept that I wanted to share with you is about supplementation and how to supplement, which supplements you need in order for you to perform well. So with the supplements, the way it works is that for me, I've told you that it's 2,000 calories at the moment, but still if I want to continue to build muscle, I need to be able to eat enough protein. So what normally happens is that the amount of calories that I need, like we've talked about, 1 gram per pound of body weight, which is we just multiply by, you know, in kg, the weight in kg, which is 76, we multiply it by 2. So we're talking about roughly maybe 182. Sometimes, okay, 162, let's just say 162. Sometimes I'm not able to hit that 162, right? So what I'll do is that sometimes when I measure everything, I'll find that I'm at like 120 or 130, right? That may be in the evening. If I want to hit my goal, that's where the whey protein supplements will come in so that I'm able to hit my target. That's supplementation. But my main source of protein is usually from whole foods, which are like beef, chicken, you know, eggs and things like that, right? You have to know how to measure these calories in order for you to be able to hit your daily RDI. RDI just simply means required daily intake. So all of us have got a different daily required daily intake depending on your height and your weight. That's normally how it goes. So one tool that you can use in order for you to know what your RDI is tdee.org. When you go there, what you need to do is that you just input your weight and your height, and you'll be able to find those and it will be able to give you those figures. If you want to gain weight, it will show you on the bulking. If you want to maintain, it will show you on the maintenance. If you want to cut, it will show you on the cuts how much you'll be needing. This also recommends the sort of supplements that you will need. So on the same issue of supplements, supplementation, there's creatine. Creatine just improves your performance and gives your muscle that full look, that rounded, nice full look, because it brings in water into your muscles, right? It's also good for your brain. It's a very, very well researched supplement. It's the most safest supplement that you can take out there. So add creatine. If you are really serious about your fitness journey, you need to add creatine to your supplement stack. There are things like minerals, there are things like vitamins that you also need to be hitting in a day. You need some fiber so that your digestion is good because of the food that you are putting in, so that it can be able to come out properly, right? So you need all those in terms of supplementation. Very, very important for you to know. So on the same TDEE, one other thing that you should know is to be able to estimate your body fat percentage. That you can simply be able to Google. They can be able to show you how bodies look at different body fat percentages. So the TDEE.org tool will require you to put in your estimated body fat percentage, so in order for you to be able to recommend a proper journey for you to be able to go in proper numbers. So that's about the supplementation. But as you keep going into the gym, as you keep on performance, stressing the muscles and things like that, or even in your own existence, sometimes you would find that you would have developed some injuries over different kind of period. For me, I discovered that I had some issues with my left shoulder here and things like that. It all got exposed when I actually started to work out. I've also had I've always had a knee injury that I developed back when I was young. It's still there, sometimes it still aches. But what you do with injuries is that sometimes when you injure yourself in the gym, because injury is probable, right? When you injure yourself in the gym, you just have to sometimes, step back, don't go too heavy, maybe become lighter, or maybe just stop working that body part. Just stop working it out. Maybe sometimes if let's say you've injured your leg or things like that, you can still work out your upper body just to keep that habit going. That's about injury. But if you want to prevent injury, you need to be able to warm up properly. You need to be able to warm up before every workout. You need to be able to stretch. You need to be able to work out in a way where you stretch in a way whereby, so that when the body is in certain positions, it's not compromised. You strengthen those weak positions so that whenever you find yourself in that awkward position, the body does not injure itself. So that's about injury. Another way to prevent injury is you have to be able to dial in the technique. There's a reason why people have developed these techniques. So don't be lazy. Sometimes when you're trying to do a workout, you can just go on YouTube, watch how certain people are able to do certain techniques, right? There's different kinds of ways that people perform them, but you have to be able to pick one that's comfortable for you, right? So dial in the technique of each and every exercise so that you can be able to do it more safely. Don't just fling machines here and there. That's how you get hurt. Put safety first. Then, just lifting in the gym is not enough on its own. You need to be able to also strengthen your heart, and the way you strengthen your heart is through cardio. Now, certain people get this wrong because they would think doing cardio means you going on a run or things like that, right? Sometimes you don't have time to be going on runs, or you're not healthy enough, you have knee injuries or things like that, or you're not just at the weight where you can be able to do these runs and things like that. Sometimes for you to be able to do the cardio, you just need to walk. 10,000 steps per day is more than enough. You can put in your step counter on your phone, or some people that are fortunate enough to even have watches, like those smart watches. Those are able to count your number of steps. If you're able to get 10,000 steps per day, sometimes all you need is just to walk. Sometimes you can, if you're fortunate enough, you can get on an elliptical bike, be able to do 30 minutes there. That will be more than enough for the day. You don't need to overstress yourself. Just keep your heart pumping, just keep your heart healthy so that it can also be able to be stronger as you get more consistent into the gym. And another thing is just be patient with yourself, don't rush into anything. Don't rush to increase weight. Don't rush into anything. Don't look at other people the way they are progressing. Certain people, for them, like I've told you about progressive overload and how the body signals to be able to add in more muscle for you to increase weight, right? Certain people who are lifting that heavy, their muscles have adapted over a long period of time to get to that level. And if you're looking at them working out and thinking what you're doing is nothing, you might just put yourself in a compromised position because your body is not accustomed to handle that heavier load. So what will happen is that sometimes you'll be injured, right? So avoid looking at others, just focus on yourself. Look at look at how you are progressing. Aim to train harder than last time. Lift more heavier than last time, just but at a reasonable weight. So for me, that's some of the things that I've learned. I know I might have not put everything here in this video, but those are some of the things that I've learned over the years. But yeah, for me, the fitness journey is not like at a certain period. Let's say I'll only do it for 6 months and stop. I just want to do this. For me, it's a forever thing. I'm so patient with it. I'm not rushing to do anything. I'm not rushing to lose as much fat as I can. My calorie deficit is not so violent and so aggressive. It's just something that I can easily manage and progress slowly. Some of the things that I've learned in the fitness journey going forward are that, you know, the gym exposes certain deficiencies that you might have. So for example, I've been having cramps and things like that, and the way those things are coming up is that I don't have enough magnesium in my body. So what that means is that I need to start supplementing with magnesium. That's a weakness. And as we progress, as we get older, those things would have been fixed and I won't have any of those issues as we grow older. So the journey continues. I hope you guys will take some of this knowledge that I've shared and you can be able to implement it in your own fitness journeys going forward. See you in the next one.